Is that so? After hearing that, Tanfong smirked sarcastically and confirmed. So that's how it is? Haha, those guys really don't know their own limits. At the same time, he pulled up memories of the Golden King ghost ship to ponder. After a moment of analysis, he concluded this ship can only use its body locking skill once. The remaining blood segments can be completely dealt with. However, when its blood drops to half, it activates a teleportation skill to move elsewhere, making it a headache to eliminate. Just then, the Golden King ghost ship appeared again. Tanfong suddenly became serious, stretched, and prepared to unleash a move. Without wasting time, he immediately drew the extreme poison-throwing knives, aimed straight at the bell on the ship's bow, and threw a perfect shot. He curled his lips and nodded in satisfaction. Instantly, a pinkish aura radiated from the ship, spreading throughout the swamp. Feng crossed his arms and observed the aura's development, softly whistling. After a few seconds of intense analysis, he confidently guessed its movement direction and immediately unleashed the shadow shield slash continuously. The group of people lurking in the distant corner saw this and frantically whispered, "Boss, look, that kid is soloing the boss again. All right, let's keep watch and find an opportunity to ambush them." Dai Li Tu glanced over, recognized the familiar group, and muttered, "These dumb kids have come again. What a disaster. The elder is about to finish off the boss. I can't let these guys ruin it." Without hesitation, she murmured a chant, channeling all her energy into her staff. Sparks of lightning shot from the staff. She swung it up forcefully and shouted, "The gods say there will be thunder today." A bolt of lightning struck down from the sky, hitting the group and blowing two of them off the screen. The rest panicked and shouted, "Damn it, who's shooting at us?" One of them pointed and yelled, "Boss, there's a mage over there. She's playing for keeps." The boss glared fiercely, spotted Dai Li Tu, and shouted rudely, "That woman wants to die? Kill her for me right now." Seeing this, Dai Li Tu froze, her face pale and limbs trembling. She gripped her staff tightly, turned, and fled faster than the wind, shouting, "Help! Help! Don't let me become grilled meat." Behind her, the group chased after, faces flushed red, shouting with determination, "Stop right there, or I'll kill you on the spot." Not far away, two figures hiding behind a large tree quietly watched without a word, their eyes colder than a freezer's stone, making anyone who glanced their way break out in goosebumps and mutter, "Ouch, ouch, ouch." On Tanfeng's side, he still focused on unleashing moves, striking the boss relentlessly until its face turned pale and its health dropped rapidly. Watching the boss gradually collapse, he thought to himself, "Finally, it's almost done." The Golden King ghost ship boss is no joke. Even at level 5, fighting it solo is truly exhausting. The damage Tanfeng dealt was still too low, causing the battle to drag on endlessly and attracting quite a few strangers to watch. While facing the boss, his eyes remained sharp, scanning around quickly and spotting someone lurking. He calculated urgently. On the cliff, a familiar group appeared, probably the ones who had been blown away by the water earlier. Beside the swamp, another guild was also lurking, waiting for the right moment. Tanfeng glanced around, then smirked, thinking, "These guys are probably counting every second, waiting for me to finish the boss so they can rush out to kill and loot. Clever idea, but unfortunately, they've completely miscalculated." Without a word, he suddenly unleashed the shadow stealth skill with perfect precision, instantly finishing off the boss and shaking the entire map violently. A system notification rang out. "You have defeated the Golden King ghost ship boss at Golden King level. You gained 4,800 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 8. You received 7 evolution points. You obtained 216 tradable lifespan days." Before the message ended, another bright notification appeared. "Player Dark from Shell Town is the first on the server to defeat the Golden King level boss and earned 3 reputation points. This news spread quickly. The news circulated throughout Shell Town, causing passers-by to look up and those climbing trees to come down and listen. The crowd buzzed with excitement. That Golden King boss? Someone defeated it on the first try. Oh my God, is this dark guy a demon disguised as a human or what? Which country did Shelltown originally belong to? The first to kill the Golden King boss must be a top expert from our Great Han Kingdom. While everyone marveled in admiration, someone felt irritated, specifically Tan Tieo De. Upon hearing the news, her heart stirred, thinking, this dark guy really can do anything. If he helps me, leveling up might finally get me to meet Song Fi. Although the boss had gone to its ancestors and the loot was overflowing, strangely, Tanfong did not appear at the scene. A guild that had been hiding early on got excited and cheered breathlessly. Ha ha, this boss dropped some fierce loot. That guy must have chickened out and ran off, not daring to pick anything up. One guy in the group immediately ordered, Kwang, quickly use your skill to track that guy, kill him, and take all the loot for me. At the command, Kwang strode forward boldly, puffed out his chest, and shot an arrow into the sky, striking a majestic pose. Soon, from the sky, a giant eagle descended, cold and cool to the bone. It was the ghost soul hawk. The bird began circling in the air, its sharp eyes scanning every bush and rock, searching for Tan Fong's location. Under the dense tall grass, Tan Fong remained silently in stealth mode, leisurely enjoying the scenery, his eyes following the bird circling above. The situation seemed tense, but he stayed calm without a drop of sweat, silently analyzing Ghost Soulhawk. I didn't expect this hunter to learn anti-stealth skills so early. Impressive. No wonder he dared to arrogantly demand to take me down and steal the loot. He smirked slightly, adding in his mind, too bad. My dark profession has a stealth at level 11 plus resistance at level 1. Even if they called their ancestors, they wouldn't find me. After a while of birds flying around, the watchers gained nothing, and a frustrated guy reported, Boss, nothing in sight. That kid probably saw we were many and ran off scared. The boss listened, nodded, and concluded, all right, consider that it knows its place. He solemnly led the group closer to the pile of spoils, issuing orders crisply like a speech before a flag-raising ceremony. Move quickly. We have to guard this pile tightly. Absolutely no carelessness. Be ready to fight to the death at any moment. The possession protection time is only 5 minutes. After that, this pile officially belongs to us. All wrapped up. Hearing this, the whole group nodded excitedly, each thinking this time they were definitely going to hit the jackpot with no chance of losing out. But life is never easy. Just as they were happily about to divide the loot, a sudden barrage of long-range attacks struck them all, making their heads spin and limbs go weak. From nowhere, Tan Fong appeared behind them like a ghost, gently tapping each of them on the shoulder with supreme skill, then sent the whole bunch back to the city with a one-way ticket and no return. After finishing, he stood alone in the quiet forest, looking at the pile of items, clicking his tongue and commenting, this place is definitely much quieter now. Suddenly, he remembered something, scratched his head, and muttered, where did that little Tiohak go? Well, I can look for her later. In his mind, he seriously calculated the remaining evolution points, plus the points just earned from the boss are only enough to upgrade the greedy hand skill by 1 more level. First, I'll upgrade the skill, then I'll deal with the corpses later. Thinking this, he immediately reached out to activate the skill evolution. The system promptly announced, Greedy Hand upgraded from diamond to corpse level. Assassin skill type, Ability increased from 220% to 300%. Chance to receive bonus rewards. All bonus items received have a 100% chance to upgrade. Reading this, Tanfong raised his eyebrows, eyes shining brightly, thinking to himself, oh my god, this is a divine transformation. I have to make this whole batch of orbs explode. Without hesitation, he immediately unleashed the new skill, sucking up all the spoils, then laughed loudly. Ha ha, where did all the stuff go? Bring it all here to me. Instantly, in the middle of the forest, a surge of power erupted, causing the trees to tremble in greeting. The system wouldn't be outdone, ringing out continuously with the combo of notifications. You have used the Greedy Hand skill. You received 7 evolution points. You received 216 tradable days of lifespan. You received the special item Ghost Fire Spirit Bell. Tanfong held the item, eyes shining brightly, and couldn't hide his joy as he exclaimed, I didn't expect to get 2 Ghost Fire Spirit Bells in just one go. Oh my god. Information appeared. Ghost Fire Spirit Bell. Special item. When carried, you do not lose lifespan upon death. Cooldown 1800 seconds. 1565 seconds. Soul Attraction. Passive. Increases lifespan drop rate by 20% when killing undead creatures. If you have 2 bells, the effect doubles. Soul Shatter, active. When using the bell, immobilizes enemies within 100 meters for 3 seconds, cooldown 600 seconds, 521 seconds. That Tanfong finished reading, nodded while calculating, this isn't equipment, doesn't take up an item slot, and 2 bells only occupy 1 inventory slot. Super convenient. Just as he was deep in thought, a terrifying scream echoed from afar. Boss, boss, help me! What are you guys doing? Don't come near here. Tanfong jumped in surprise and shouted loudly, Tio Hak, where are you? He continued calling out loudly, Tio Hak, where are you? Say something. But only the panicked screams of Dai Li Tu echoed back. Stay away. No, don't come near me. Meanwhile, the men closing in on her were panting heavily, eyes full of ill intent, sneering mockingly. Come here, girl. You look pretty strong, but stop struggling. You're cornered now. Be obedient, and we'll make it worth your while. Dai Li Tu tightly gripped her staff, eyes cold, took a step back, then suddenly turned and leapt off the cliff, leaving the whole group stunned in place. That action was her final decision. Better to become a ghost than to submit. Her body crashed onto the rocky ground, the impact echoing, blood splattering everywhere, making the scene heart-wrenching. The group standing above looked down, speechless. One of them sighed softly and exclaimed, she really jumped. That stubborn girl is this tough, huh? After the shocking leap, Dai Li Tu was reborn in the town. She held her hip, limping as she groaned, Boss, no need to come save me. I'm dead and already back in town. It hurts so much. Luckily, the team's tradable lifespan was all kept on Captain Vung Man, or else it would have been lost. Tanfong heard this, nodded and replied, all right, stay put. I'll come back and share the loot. Hearing that, the girl pursed her lips, smiled brightly, and eagerly responded, thank you, boss. You've worked so hard. Afterward, Tanfong opened the stats panel and muttered excitedly, this time I really hit the jackpot. Tradable lifespan shot up to 3,175 days, plus 21 more evolution points. He decided to continue upgrading Greedy Hand. He pressed to upgrade the skill, and the system immediately displayed a surprising message. Greedy Hand skill has reached corpse level. To evolve further requires 10 times the evolution points. Do you want to use 210 points to continue? Tanfong frowned as he read the message, carefully considering, damn, 210. Evolution points, that's not easy to swallow. The higher the skill level, the more points it consumes. Forget upgrading this one. Better to save points for upgrading damage skills. High damage means any boss will fall and the loot will naturally come to me. Without hesitation, he immediately focused on decisively allocating skill upgrade points. The system instantly provided detailed information down to the tiniest detail. The Shadow Shield / skill upgraded from Platinum to Jade, then straight to Golden / Steel. Maximum damage increased from 21 to 24, then jumped to 27. Stealth duration extended from 7 seconds to 8, finally reaching 9 seconds. The number of slashes hitting enemies on the path increased from 6 to 7. Cooldown remained at 12 seconds. Attack range expanded from 3.1 m to 3.6 chum, then 4.1 m. Each slash added 200, then 250, then 300 attack power. In total, he spent 5 evolution points, leaving exactly 3 faint points remaining. Next, the Backstab Enhancement skill was also enthusiastically upgraded from Normal to Bronze, then Silver, and finally reached Gold, with the passive effect also excitedly improving. Backstab damage increased successively from 15% to 20%, 25%, then hitting 30%. Feeling the smooth upgrade, Tanfong clapped and laughed loudly, making even the wind listen. After 2 evolutions, the Shadow Shield / skill is more than twice as powerful. Without breaking a stealth, it still deals 3,000 damage. If I break a stealth, then Backstab, 7 slashes dealing 6,000 to 7,000 damage is no surprise. He mentally reviewed his gains and excitedly summarized. Gold-level bosses usually drop only 2 to 4 silver items, and it's rare to get gold, but thanks to the greedy hand, I snagged 11 gold items, 2 platinum, and a platinum skill book, among which 3 belong to the assassin class, ready to use without adjustment. He opened the interface, summoned the 3 newly acquired items, and admired each with joy. The first item, Ghost Ship Charge, Platinum, Assassin Class, Attack Stat plus 6, Agility plus 22, Attack Speed at 24%, Armor Penetration plus 7, Level Requirement 5, Special Effect. Each normal attack deals an additional chain damage. Examining this item carefully, Tanfong commented, silently wearing a contemplative expression. The chain damage effect sounds ordinary, but the base attack stat is high, plus agility, attack speed, and armor penetration, so it is definitely valuable. The second item, Demon Fire Armor, Gold, Physical Defense plus 25, Fire Element Resistance, plus 50, Ball, Damage Block plus 14, adds 419 HP, Level Requirement 5. Tanfong nodded approvingly as he examined it, whispering, "My constitution doesn't add HP, only 3 on 50, but this armor adds 419 HP. Wearing it, who could possibly break through my defense?" He decided to hide all the new equipment in the interface to avoid drawing attention. The system notified, "One last item remains. Do you want to open it?" It was the skill book, Phantom Shadow Blur, Gold, Assassin Class. Passive effect increases dodge rate by 15%, and when dodge activates, grants immunity to all damage. Tanfong glanced at the description, nodded, while murmuring half in praise, half in criticism. Finally got a decent assassin skill, but this skill is strangely weak in the game. Dodge rate is hard to increase, and to boost dodge, you have to sacrifice a lot of other stats. If you fail to dodge in time, there's no way out. But he wasn't willing to be outdone. An extremely cool idea immediately flashed in his mind. I'm not like others. I have infinite skill evolution. Increasing dodge without sacrificing other attributes is the pinnacle of life. After thoroughly checking everything, he prepared to return. Tan Fong headed back to the shell town while muttering calculations about selling some equipment to lighten his load. Time to go back. The warrior, priest, and archer items can be sold to Vuong Man at a 10% discount, even though those guys are dirt poor now, but with Vuong Man's character, selling at a loss is no problem. He thought back, all thanks to Dai Lai Tu silently promising, "Without that carp, I wouldn't have found the level 5 Golden Ghost ship, let alone defeated it. I have to thank her properly." Just as he finished speaking, before his feet even touched the street, Tan Fong bumped into a group of old acquaintances lurking behind a tree, their faces scowling fiercely. Their eyes met, and suddenly, the others startled and shouted loudly, "Ah!" Without time for greetings, they turned tail and ran as fast as they could, screaming wildly, "Darkness is here! Run quickly, everyone!" Without a word, he immediately unleashed the shadow shield slash. The group panicked, shouting loudly, "Don't block me! Oh God! Don't throw me back here again! Damn it, don't come near! Help me! Help!" And watching the chaotic scene in the field, Tan Fong snorted coldly, radiating killing intent and sharp focus. Not letting the situation drag on, he executed a swift shadow shield slash, slicing through, and the entire group vanished before they could even cry out. Only the leader was left, dwarfed by the vast earth and the sky, his face pale, heart pounding as if it would leap out of his chest. He trembled, knelt down, and begged tearfully, "I was wrong. I promise I won't dare again. Please spare me. Elder Father, I only have 1 year of life left." But Tan Fong stepped forward, slowly asked in a voice that pierced to the core, "When you went to harm others, did you ever think about today's scene?" Without waiting for an answer from the trembling mouth, he decisively swung his hand to finish it. The system immediately displayed a flashy notification. Because the player actively killed too many people, they have received the murderer status. At the current level, dying will cost 75% of lifespan. Tan Fong just snorted lightly, thinking to himself, "No problem. I have 2 demon fire spirit orbs. Even if I die once, my lifespan remains intact, not a drop lost." Afterward, he leisurely returned to town, smoothing his hair, free of dust and bloodstains. The townsfolk, seeing the familiar figure, immediately gathered and chatted excitedly. "Hey, that's Darkness. Wow, he just killed the golden boss and came back. Huh, why doesn't he look like he's wearing any fancy gear? Haha, I bet this guy must have eaten corn before killing the boss. He doesn't look like a solo player. Didn't see any drops, so funny. Anyone free should try to find corn like him." At that moment, someone suddenly stepped out to block Tan Fong's path, their face full of urgency. "Big Brother Darkness, please wait a moment." That person hurriedly handed over a book shimmering with light, immediately saying, without waiting for background music effects, "Earlier, it was our fault. This is a skill book from the assassin system. We just used our lifespan to buy it. Please, Big Brother, accept it and let go of what happened earlier." Tan Fong took the book, quickly scanning the information that appeared. Shadow Strike, normal, assassin skill. Single target, adds 20 attack points, stuns for 2 seconds, cooldown 2 seconds. He nodded, clicking his tongue. "So it's a control skill, huh? Not bad at all." Without saying another word, he quietly left, leaving behind looks mixed with regret and anxiety. As his figure disappeared, a guy in the group immediately exploded, stepping forward to scold, "We got wiped out by him, and now we're even giving him skill books? Isn't that just too cowardly?" Another nodded, adding salt to the wound. "Exactly. We've never been this submissive before. If each of us called a few contacts, snapping our fingers would be enough to crush him. No need to be scared like that." While the group was still heatedly discussing retreat, one guy suddenly acted mysterious and warned, "What do you know? that shadow guy is growing way too fast, leveling up non-stop. Clearly, he's hiding a huge secret. If we can find him in real life and lock him up somewhere, not only can we extract that secret, but we can also force him to grind lifespan for all of us. Easy. Hearing this, another guy's eyes lit up, grinning slyly. Oh, so that's it. No wonder. Clever move. Then he enthusiastically added, when I get home, I'll have my clan send a stunning beauty to approach him and extract information. His voice sounded strange, unfamiliar, definitely an outsider, not part of their class. Send a beauty right to his doorstep. He'll definitely fall for it. While the others were still busy deploying their troops, Tanfong had already met Dai Li Tu again. He smiled gently and said, "Come on, little black, get ready for the trade. I'll give you a few items." The girl blinked in confusion and shook her head. "Thank you so much, elder, but I'm not little black, I'm Dai Li Tu." From the magic staff in her hand, a brilliant flame suddenly burst forth. She floated mid-air, shouting joyfully, wow, this is amazing. I'm about to take off. This skill combined with this necklace has multiplied my damage several times over. My mana regeneration has doubled too. Elder, thank you. I'm really touched." Tanfong remained calm and replied softly, "No need to be so polite." But keeping his promise, he continued, "The space ring, please send it back to your team." The girl nodded eagerly and quickly handed it over. "Ah, right, here it is, giving it to you right away." She casually added, "By the way, elder, when I was running through the forest, I found a cave that looks just like an entrance to a ruin. Do you want to check it out?" Hearing that, Tanfong paused for 3 seconds, a thought flashing through his mind. First it was the golden ghost ship, now ruins. Oh my, befriending this girl was definitely a good call. But thinking it over, he silently told himself, "I'm not empty-handed either. I gave her 2 golden items, so she finally shared this valuable information. With this space ring, my storage space has jumped to 27 slots. Awesome." He asked further, "So where is Vuong Man?" "I plan to sell items to everyone first, then go to the ruins with you." Dai Li Tu replied immediately, "Sure, but our captain is currently recruiting a new priest, so he probably won't be back for another hour and a half." She opened the map, marked the location, then pointed and explained in detail, "I've marked the entrance to the ruins for you. There's a stone slab behind some bushes. I pushed it aside and hid inside to escape, but after just a few steps, I heard eerie screams coming from within. I got so scared I turned and ran away. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been caught by those guys." Tanfong nodded and replied, "I understand. I'll head to the ruins now, and when I return, I'll trade with Vuongman and the others." Dai Li Tu was about to say something more, but before she could utter a word, Tanfong had already vanished. She stood there bewildered and exclaimed, "Hey, where did the elder go?" At this moment, Tanfong followed the directions, heading straight to the ruins, his eyes shining brightly, his mouth not smiling but his heart thrilled. As he walked, he pondered, "Initially, I planned to find a place to level up. Now that there are ruins, why bother searching elsewhere? In towns, there are usually 3 types of ruins: tombs, cursed ruins, and faith temples. No matter which type, the monsters inside might be at the bronze or silver level, but to me, they're just sources of evolution points and lifespan points, nothing to worry about." Tanfong followed the directions, stumbling into an abandoned place. In front of him was a deep, dark pit that looked like it could make anyone slip all the way to the bottom. He took a deep breath and began descending into the pit, his face calm and composed. Taking each cautious step, Tanfong busily calculated in his mind. Theoretically, towns like this usually have 3 types of ruins. First, tombs. Second, cursed ruins. Third, faith temples. Whether the last type is sacred or a scam is unclear. Tombs need no explanation. Nothing good there, packed with monsters, hard to clear, and usually at the end, there's a golden level boss waiting, like saying, "Come on, try me." Tanfeng continued recalling traditional knowledge. Monsters in cursed ruins are often cursed by ancient evil gods. They might have once been humans, once went to school, then went mad, or simply died and turned into ghosts. Meanwhile, monsters in faith temples are all fanatics of ancient gods or evil deities. The map inside the temple is confusing. Get lost, and you won't find your way out. Continuing his adventure, wading through the pit, Tanfeng examined his surroundings carefully. His gaze was suddenly fixed on some drawings on the stone walls. Unable to suppress his rising curiosity, he stopped and stared intently at the images. Tanfeng muttered, "Looking at these drawings, this is definitely a faith temple. This image is very familiar, no doubt about it. This is a faith temple dedicated to judging ancient gods." Tanfeng refused to hesitate and pressed deeper inside. The atmosphere gradually grew heavy and cold, accompanied by angry whispers from the walls. "Go any further and you won't get out." But he ignored them, kept walking, his thick-skinned determination making even the stones jealous. At the same time, in another secret place where drama was about to explode, the Vuongman group was struggling for their lives against a monster. The monster charged straight at them without warning with a huge, gaping mouth. The impact was strong enough to send Vuongman flying into the air. At that moment, Tan Tiode stood still, holding her staff but looking no different than someone holding a mop. A team member shouted, "Hey, sister, heal him quickly. What are you standing there dazed for?" Finally, Tan Tiode reluctantly dragged herself over to Vuongman, stammering in confusion. "Okay, but what should I do?" Before anyone could catch their breath, the monster charged again quickly. One member lost all patience and yelled, "Damn it, it's charging again." Then he spun around to Tan Tiode, warning, "Use your skills now, just press any button." But Tan Tiode stunned the whole group into silence. She looked around, then dropped her staff, sat down, and said in a trembling voice, "I'm really scared." Guess what happened? That's right, the whole group was wiped out mercilessly and sent back to town at lightning speed, accompanied by deep humiliation. Dai Li Tu appeared, smiling brightly, making small talk. "Hi, Captain. Why is everyone back so fast? The Dark Elder hasn't returned yet, so if you want to buy stuff now, forget it." One member fumed with anger, pointing directly at Tan Tiode, warning, "Damn it! I've never seen anyone as dumb as you. The monster charges, and you don't even dodge, don't know how to use his skills either. Tell me, what can you even do?" Dai Li Tu immediately switched to shield mode, standing in front of Tan Tiode. "Hey, why so tense? You can tell she's a newbie, first time playing, dying once is normal." But the other member wouldn't let up, shouting louder than a town crier, "Dai Li Tu, step aside. Today I'm going to scold this person to death." Another member jumped in, voice losing patience. "It's not just dying once, Dai Li Tu. From earlier until now, I haven't seen a single Dai Li Tu widen her eyes and say, just one word, 'Huh?'" After a few seconds of digesting the drama, she confidently proposed, "Fine, let me come along to be sure. I just got 2 great items from the Elder. I'm really strong now, trust me. With me joining, no one will die this time."